totally ditched a Pwnware meeting for this.
I feel bad. I hope it wasn't an important one.
Are you playing hooky to come over to PixelMap today?
That's fine with me.
Make, makes it feel extra good.
1 second. All right, I think I have. Oh, yes, everything is recording. I should be good to go. I know we only have a couple people in here, but I am recording it, so I figured I'll go and get started. And I can also share the video for this and like just announcements in general. So I think we should be good. Um, Real quick. The first thing I wanted to cover was just some of the upcoming events that are getting ready to happen. So the one that I am definitely involved with is NFT NYC. I've already been approved to speak at that again. Adam, I know you're speaking there as well. Miami NFT Week, I am currently trying to get on a historical NFT panel, and I should know over the next few days whether that's going to go through or not. Even if it doesn't, I might still go there just to see everyone else that's presenting. But yeah, just wanted to list that just so everyone's aware. The NASDAQ tower has already been paid for. That's good to go. So all the tiles will be up there again this year. There's definitely, there's about, it's almost twice as many tiles since last time. So there will be a lot more little squares on there. That will be really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. And that the NASDAQ tower is actually where I met Adam in person for the first time. So that was a very weird coincidence. Time capsules. So we have the 18 by 18 that we distributed. I still have a bunch of those if anyone wants them. I've been selling those for just 0.05 for whoever wants one. We just reached our first 26 by 26 tiles to have an image. That was it's like 2 days ago that we hit that. I'm trying to figure out the best way of distributing them. I will post I already have the design done. I'll post that right after this meeting. I'm just trying to figure out and I'm completely open to what everyone here thinks, as well as in the Discord in general. I think it's going to be probably prohibitive to mint that as a normal Ethereum NFT contract. I could do it on Polygon. I could do it as I don't know how to pronounce it, like POAP, like whatever those are called. I could. There's several different ways I can do that. I'll bring that up though, so we can figure it out. But yeah, that one is ready for everyone to have. And then we'll likely do more for like 32 by 32 and so on. Coinbase Marketplace. Thank you, Pause, for getting us in touch with them. The last thing that I've had from them was basically they approved for us to be part of the beta access. And to be listed there. The issue is we're just waiting for the beta to come out. So that's basically, we will be on Coinbase. We just don't know when they're going to open it up. But we will definitely be on there. So that's something I'm obviously very excited about, and I think everyone else is here as well. And next, and feel free to interrupt me at any time, anyone. This is just showing what the new time capsule looks like. So I'll post this image and release this as soon as we decide the best way to distribute it. But as you can see, it's quite a bit bigger. It's just really neat kind of seeing like what new tiles have been added. And then next slide. Okay, so this is really important. I will be taking a snapshot very soon. It might even be this week. Oh, go ahead.
You're showing slides. We can't.
Oh my God, you haven't been seeing any slides at all?
No, I did.
I'm so upset. I hate all of you. Oh my God. At least I'm so like descriptive. Like it probably looks better than the slide. I'm so upset. Okay, 1 second.
Hey, dude. By the way, I did not know you were going to be in Miami. I'm actually the whatever you call it, moderator for those NFT historical NFT talk. So if you want to get on, I could definitely get you on.
Thank you. Yes. I love how I'm going through I'm going through like the low people on the totem pole, and it's like
yeah, I'll get you on, man.
Perfect.
I'll see if I can get that done today for you.
Thank you very much. All right, let me make sure that my screen is being shared. it was so beautiful what everyone missed. Um, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, we got it now. Looks good.
Thank you, Paul. So here was my beautiful slide for the upcoming events that even has little thumbnails. Here's the time capsule that you couldn't see. So yeah, so back to where I was when you couldn't see what I was announcing. So the breaking news is basically at some point very soon. Might be this week. I'll be taking a snapshot. It'll either be this week or very, very soon. Paul knows what I'm talking about. I'm not sharing it yet because we haven't agreed on when we'll share it. But the important part is there will be a very, very cool airdrop to everyone that has a tile that has an updated image on it. Just know that like it is legitimately cool and it's something that I would personally want. So just a heads up, there will not. I will probably not do another warning, other than one on Twitter. So just letting everyone know. And Paul, you would agree that it's very cool, right?
I agree that it is very cool.
Like, I don't know. I'm pretty pumped. So roadmap updates. Focus is the same as last time. Increasing awareness, I think, is the biggest thing. Because the part that's special about PixelMap is it really is historically significant. Like being the second NFT on Ethereum is huge. Not only that, it has functionality that is very different from most NFTs. And I think the biggest thing for us is it's really just getting more people to know about it. Part of what I've been doing to kind of push that effort is building out the NFT archaeology site. That is coming along very nicely. One thing I did want to add on that is if anyone here has, well, lots of people on here I know have lots of historical NFT knowledge, but if you also enjoy typing it into a YAML document, if anyone wants to do that and add some NFTs to that site, I can show you how, and I'd be happy to send a time capsule or something else to anyone that's helping. Or some other form of bribery. Because it is really just, the design works really well. It's really just getting all the data in. And as everyone knows here, there are a lot of things about historical NFTs that need to be there. But again, I think us running that site is going to help bring more people into our community and into PixelMap. It's very easy when you see like a timeline, you're like, what's at the very beginning? And you see like, it's right there. And it's just I don't think we really have to do anything other than make it very easy to find out what PixelMap is. In terms of scaling, we have a fantastic game developer. Paul's put me in touch with several people. His name's Zserve. He is like a much bigger deal than I realized. I was on a game Discord and realized he's the admin of like this huge game programming Discord. He's super nice. I think he has like the same flavor of ADD that I have, so we get along extremely well. So that has made like the things that I am most excited about are probably tied to the game, and I'll go into that in a little bit. We also have Bagresh still as our artist, who's been just working on our tile set. The stuff that he's doing is just absolutely beautiful. It's like I remember thinking like I just want to find whoever did Stardew Valley, or like I wish I had the Zelda tile set creator. He has that same like level of talent where it's just like it'll be uniquely pretty, just like that really old school classic like RPG kind of feel. We also have a musician. We have 2 tracks that have been created so far, and we'll probably need we'll have quite a few. I'm thinking it'll probably be maybe around 10, give or take, depending on what areas and things that we add to the game. But those 2 tracks that we have right now, I think I've shared some of them out, but I'll reshare those in an announcement. They are super peaceful and relaxing. Like I have legitimately listened to them while coding and enjoy them, so that's a really good sign. And then we have a person, I don't actually know their real name, but the Game Design Forum is kind of our project manager for the game. He is helping keep me from, I am very, like, I will want to add lots of things. I don't know, he's keeping us on track, which is really good. And I've also been able to focus a lot more on the game as well, which I think is going to be something that everyone will really enjoy. Next slide real quick. So some update. Oh, before I read this, I'll just show you instead of like going into it. So can you see my screen with like 2 windows open?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. So a couple of things. One is graphically a lot of this will change. The interior here is by our artist. You obviously won't stay as Link. Zelda or Nintendo will get mad at us if we stay as Link forever. So I am prioritizing getting the characters replaced. But the thing that I wanted to show is that what I was initially targeting was that we would have a single player game that's very similar in feeling to like picture Animal Crossing in terms of like decorating your house and collecting things and being able to show off your NFTs, but not and being very peaceful, but having that old like RPG style feel. But again, it was to keep it as a single player game. What I wanted to show real quick is I have this open on 2 different screens. So like say I'm on this one and I walk in here, you'll see me show up. You also see the movement is really janky right now, which I am fixing literally today. But, and you can also type and say like, hello. Oh, I walked out of the room. 1 second. Let me switch to the screen. I can say hi, and it shows up on the other person's screen. So what I'm trying to show you is that we're actually going to go multiplayer with that, and we have the networking code working. And it's just a matter of, like, I need to fix the movement. It's actually really annoying and tricky to fix that. But I think I will have that done hopefully today. If you try to go to the game itself right now, I literally broke it exactly right before this meeting because I was trying to update it so everyone could, like, hop on right now and try it. So ignore it very briefly because I literally just broke it. But there's other things I still need to tweak in terms of like right now it has an arbitrary login that's kind of not tied to anything. I'm going to have that just use your like Web3 login, so you just sign like with MetaMask. Just like if you're already signed into PixelMap, it'll keep all of your stuff. The other thing I also have, and when I say that I also have like Zserve has done a tremendous amount of this. I worked on the networking piece, but like literally everything else has been Zserve. And he's got this working so like I can literally go in. So I clicked NFT. Here's my tile that I own. I can decorate my house with this tile. We're going to have little frames and stuff on them so they look pretty. I can also go in and be like, ooh, I want to change the carpet. Or I want to change like the, oops, 1 second. I want to change the wallpaper. I can change that. Oops, let me switch to 2. Decorate with like windows. What I'm trying to show is decorating and placing objects. That is working. That is actually a huge feat to like. It's more work than it sounds. Like I know placing like a little square in a game seems like an easy thing, but it's not. And the other part of this is making sure that it syncs properly across anyone that's playing. But we made a ton of progress on that. So yes, it's still using like some graphics that we're not going to stick with. Yes, it's still very basic right now, but we've literally been working on it for like a month with me working with Zserve. So this is a ton of progress. So I'm very excited about that. I also have... I'll wait to show, like, I do have some more on the actual tile set itself, but it is absolutely beautiful. So, any questions before I move on from that part? All right, let me... Yeah. Zserve said he's trying to figure that out, so you'll either be able to play... Yeah, probably play as a mooncat. I was going to say, or you'll at least have your mooncats wandering around in your house. But yeah, probably play, because like, maybe you'll be a mooncat before anything else, because then I don't have to worry about being Link. But we'll figure something out for that. And the part that'll be really fun is integrating with other historical NFTs to have like different functionality depending on what you have. Just to cover a few more things on that, we do one other thing that I'm planning on doing that I think will actually be very easy to implement is the chat that I showed that's super basic. We'll improve that obviously, but also sync that with a channel within Discord so that you can talk to people in game from Discord and from game to Discord. I think that'll be very, very easy to do. Let me go to the next slide. Oh, so this is just showing, if you haven't seen it, this is what the nftarchaeology.io website looks like. I have been working with several other people that had the same type of idea. One of the creators of crypto cards had a very similar idea. NFT Relics had a very similar idea. Rico Dutch has a similar idea, and they've all been pointing the URLs that they got to this and are helping kind of build this out. So I really think this will be a really neat place to have kind of a knowledge base on historical NFTs. Right now, I only have those that are on Ethereum just because that's what I really know. I don't know that it will stay like that, but it is something where I would have to do quite a bit of more work to support other ones, just because I really don't know how their contracts work yet. But my biggest priority right now for this site is to get in the data for all of the other historical NFTs that I can find. And yes, like if anyone wants to help with that, I would very much appreciate it. It's easy. It's just digging in and like recording all of that info. So questions that I have, and we don't have to talk about these necessarily here, but this is, I'll be posting them in the Discord. It's really things that we have to decide relatively soon for the game. One is like the name of the game. Originally it was just going to be like PixelMap tile houses. It is not just a tile house. Like what we are planning is a lot bigger than that. Like you will literally be able to wander around and visit anyone's houses, and we'll have quite a bit more than just that. And it's really going to be like a full-fledged like game to play. And I don't know what to call it. Like it's not PixelMap, because PixelMap is the historical NFT that we're all collecting. So very open ideas for that. One of the things that's very important to talk about, and this is one of the things I've been discussing with ZServe, Pause, and the Game Designer Forum, is the geography of like what does the world feel like, or like what's it look like when you're playing. So like say you are Tile and you're at like the bottom right of the map and you wander out of your house and you're trying to visit someone else. What does the geography look like? So there's there's really three things that we can do there. The easiest one, and the one that I had initially leaned towards just because it was easy, would be that basically each tile is its own sort of like little island, and you in some way are transported back and forth to like a centralized town. That is easy to do. It's kind of like what Genshin something does with their little magic lamps. But it really doesn't give you like that exploration feel, because like you have a town you can explore, but you can't really naturally get to each other person's tile house. The next thing that I was thinking about would be like, what if you have it match exactly what PixelMap looks like, where it's like picture a gigantic town that matches the grid perfectly, and that's where all the houses are. That makes sense when you look at PixelMap as a map. I don't think it necessarily makes sense from a fun perspective, because like if you're at the very top left corner and you're trying to travel to the very bottom right, that is going to be a huge map that is very like, it'll be laid out like Salt Lake City, where it's just like a perfect grid. And it's not exactly the most like interesting type of map. What I wanted to see was what everyone's thoughts were on making the map not quite match PixelMap in terms of like your tile, like your house when you walk out of it. It might be like on a mountain, it could be in a swamp, by a lake, basically separating, because everything that we're doing with the PixelMap game is really built as a kind of like an add-on or like a fun thing in addition to PixelMap. It's like a benefit for everyone that does have a tile, because you have a little house on there. But it's really trying to figure out, would people be okay with that? Like if you walk out of your house and you find out that you live in a forest, are you going to be okay when you find out someone else lives next to an ocean? Like, I mean, personally, I'd be okay with the forest. But I don't want to do something where people feel like their tile is worth more or less based on the geography. And I don't think it should change that. But it is something I'm very sensitive to, is just making sure, or getting feedback from everyone here on how they feel about that. The other thing that kind of goes along with that I was thinking about is if you look at PixelMap like itself, there's things that stick out, like that are very obvious that everyone kind of notices. Like, can you see the PixelMap map right now on my screen?
Yeah, we got it.
Perfect. So like when I look at this, like one of the things that sticks out immediately because it's freaking gigantic is this giant frog over here, the rare Pepe. And when I think about like in game, what I think about is like this is one person owns this. It's it's huge. And what I was thinking about doing for something like that is when you visit them on the map, rather than this being like a normal house or like a village, this might be like a swampland that has like little frogs crawling around and like secrets and stuff that's like related to Pepe's. And I think I can do that type of thing with a lot of these, or making zones where it's like anything that resembles an ape or a gorilla or a monkey. Maybe all of those tiles would then all like within game essentially live together. Like if you were this one or some of the others, when you're actually wandering around, the location would be like this gorilla themed or ape themed town. The part that gets tricky with that is once I place, like say we went that route and we built it out that way, what happens if like the rare Pepe person sold this and half of them became something else? We'd probably leave it as is in the game, and it might be more excited, like, oh, I now own the swampland. Or it's really trying to figure out like how tied we want. Like I think doing it where we're inspired by the things on the map would be really cool. But it's really one of those things that I just need to find out, like work with everyone here to see what makes the most sense, what's fun, but also doesn't make someone feel like, oh, I don't want to live in a swamp, like that kind of thing. And also like maybe we have something where you could like fill out a little form if you want your tile to move on the map if you're not happy with it. I think that would be very easy to do. But it's really just figuring out, do you want to match the map exactly, or do you want to be like its own separate world, but you enter it from the map, if that makes sense. Let's see. I think the next slide is just to kind of open up for a Q&A. I'll post this video and I'll post all of the questions that I already kind of went over in the Discord. But if anyone has anything they want to ask now, I'd be happy to talk about it. Or if you have thoughts or feedback.
Just on the game, have you figured out, like, is it going to be a goal-oriented game or more just like a meetup, social place where you can meet up and hang out type game?
So I've been talking with Pause and ZServe and the Game Designer Forum, and the big thing is figuring out what the verbs of the game are. And I think exploration is probably one of the biggest. The part of that'll be unique, or like what gives it a purpose, would be like cooperative things that you might do together, or like say there's so much we could do. Like say someone updates an image on their tile, maybe for like the next week, that means there's something there's balloons all over there, and there might be like a little like special mini quest. Or the map, regardless of how we do it, is going to be fairly large, and there will be things like I'm already thinking about ways of having like or like all, not just me, but we've been talking about different ways of having like you can't get to this area without having this item. How do you get this item? It's something that you would do with a group of other people, or having there will be lots and lots of Easter eggs. Like the way I see it is, if you've ever played like one of the original, like, well, it's really any Zelda, they always have those things where it's like you put a little bomb somewhere and you might explode and find like this secret hidden cave that has like a special item that does something unique for you. It's really having that kind of experience times like tons and tons of different things. So it's not like, I don't think it would fit with the vibe to have like as fun as it is, like player killing or that type of thing. I don't think it's that.
and no swords. We don't get swords.
I mean, you might get a sword, but you won't be like stabbing Deathnear with it.
You won't
Like,
be what about? I mean, what? Just an idea, of course. But since you're already doing all this work to compile the archaeology website, using that as like, hey, to enter, you have to answer this question, or you have to find this. Since you're already compiling all of this data and information, that might be a cool way. I mean, just from like a kind of intro, you already everybody in this space and everybody who has tiles probably knows or is interested in NFT history, right? And so using that in some sort of way might be an idea.
doing like a trivia hunt would be super cool. And then the other thing that I know we can do with that too is because like I have all of that data, like it's in a very easy to use API. That's kind of like I want to make it very easy to use wherever. I'm definitely going to have like a museum in game where you can kind of explore and like read about NFTs and just basically be like an in-game version of the NFT archaeology site. But yeah, doing like a trivia kind of hunt would be extremely cool. And there's also things that we can do with, like Paul has suggested before, like say you own a moon cat, maybe there is a way to actually get to the moon, and that there's things there like for moon cat holders to kind of explore. Or another idea I was thinking about was like I think we all have junk NFTs. Like at some point, you either have someone send you one, like airdrop junk, or like you accidentally bought a rug or something. I'm wanting to make a contract that basically is anyone can deposit whatever junk they have in there, and then anyone that has a tile can withdraw whatever at any time. And make like an in-game junkyard where you can see all of them like stacked, and like you could wander and just like pick up whatever you want if you want to decorate your house with it, and it would actually like withdraw to your wallet if you wanted to. I at least have like lots of NFTs I could stick in there, and then every now and then maybe throw in a couple actual like valuable ones, so it makes it kind of fun. But there's a huge amount we can do with it. I wish Z-Serve was on here because he has like a ton of ideas. But yeah, it would be it really exploration is the biggest thing. That as well as having like a place to hang out, obviously. But I really want it to be something where like every time you hop on, there's something new or like unknown that no one really knows about without exploring. And I think because of like if you look at PixelMap itself, people are always putting on new like NFTs or new like things on their tiles, and it's very easy to find inspiration. Like if I look at this, like a quest that involves the I like fucking love JPEGs would be a really funny quest. It's very easy to build off of. And then like when I look at like the Sator, however you say it, squares, like that might be an area that is just like this mysterious like ruins that has some kind of like weird, I don't know, and like if we do add combat, there might be something where you could fight like non-player characters, but I still don't know. Like Stardew Valley would be like the level of violence I would think it would top out at, like as in like not very violent at all. It's more of just like explore. Maybe you can like throw a bush at someone or something, but it wouldn't be like like killing people and stealing. The other part I wanted to ask too was to get thoughts on because I don't really know how I feel on it yet. But we could like if we have quest and we have rewards and different things for them. Not if we will definitely have quest. The rewards like we could do. We could have an in-game just like normal kind of game currency if you wanted to, or we could even do like an ERC20. Like PixelMap token, not to like I'm not saying that to like raise money or something. I mean as something where maybe like very similar to CyberKongz, where by owning some tiles, like you get a certain amount every so often, and then you could spend that in game for like random things, or if you beat a quest, you get like pixel currency. I don't like I'm completely open either way on that. It would be very easy to implement. But yeah, there's a lot that we can do, and the part that is fun is like I can what like if someone has a good idea in the Discord, that's something we can implement. It is very open, and it's something it's really fun to work on.
I just like the idea.
Go ahead.
You're already like doing the information. If you're making like hunts, where if I could send somebody here to learn little bit about historic NFTs or whatever, and they could do it in a game sort of fashion where it's fun to do. Now I realize that might be really hard to build, right? I'm just saying.
I don't think it would be that bad. Like,
Okay.
I think like and it'll be interesting. Like when I touch the Z serve, if he tells me that it will be, but I think that the hardest things I think will be a lot of the stuff that we've already kind of tackled, like being able to pull in images remotely and size them and being able to place them. And like networking code is really tricky. Building Quest where it's interactive and you're like doing like what you're describing, that's something that the engine we're using should be super, super easy to do. And it would really, like, the hardest part for me would just be getting like good art quick enough for that type of thing. Like, because there's just so many things that I want to do with that. But the other part of that though is lots of the historical NFTs already have art that kind of fits in with that style anyway. Like if you look at like a CryptoPunk or like a Mooncat or that type of thing, like they're already 8-bit pixelated. Some of them even have like the art already available to put them in game. But yeah, I love that kind of idea.
Yep.
Anything else? I won't keep everyone. Yeah. Oh, and then the only other thing I was going to add was obviously everyone's kind of seen the thing with Crazy Pat X being hacked. That is super frustrating. I mean, frustrating is not the right word. Like I can't imagine losing that much. And it sounds like last time I talked to him, the issue there was that one of the Bored Ape creators, their Twitter was hacked, so they were putting out a tweet that said to enter a raffle. He trusted it because it came from their verified account. So did several other people, and that's how he lost his tiles. The part I want to stress on that, and we did this before with the thief tile, which we ended up getting back, and it became the Haiti tile that we did for charity, which was really neat. But I know there's it is kind of mixed to do the changing the metadata on OpenSea. But I do want to reiterate, there's nothing I can do on chain, and even like if you look here on PixelMap, all of these still have exactly what they are because they're pulling from on chain. The thing that I'm trying to do with that right now is basically pressure the hacker into basically selling those for 0.1 or under so that I can give those right back to Crazy Pat. Just because it's horrible what happened with him. I don't know if that strategy will work, but that's why like you see a very temporary cratered floor because of the hacker trying to offload those. That's really all there is to that. It's really frustrating. But it's also been really neat seeing one of the things I think that's very well. I won't say like unique because I'm sure like some of the other ones are nice like this too. But one of the things I think that's special here is like literally last night, Meta Black was shopping for 2 new PixelMap tiles. He saw the ones listed for like 0.4, and instead he spent 2 ETH on one and like 1.5 or something like that on another in order to not reward the hacker. And I think that's what most of the people here are like. I apologize for my dogs, but I appreciate everyone helping hopefully get those back for him.
I just think this is a good opportunity to remind people to use segregated accounts going forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's I like honestly for me, I was mostly using hot wallets until not till this. I had someone else that I knew that got hacked pretty badly, and that completely changed how I was doing things. To stress what you're saying, like it having like a Trezor or a Ledger, that is extremely helpful. But you're still very vulnerable if that is the one that you're using day to day. Like you could have an airdrop where you sign for something and accidentally give access, and it doesn't matter that you're using a hardware wallet. You can screw yourself just as bad. The big thing is, yes, have a hardware wallet because then you're signing from that and you are protected there a little bit. but it's really like you just said, it's having one wallet you do your like little things on, and then one that you don't touch other than you stick stuff in it and you withdraw things from there just to yourself. That kind of segregation offers you so much more protection. And it's every single day these things are getting a lot easier to fall for. It's terrifying. But yeah, I think that's probably it. And the one other thing is, if you haven't updated your tile, keep in mind, like, please do it so that I will feel horrible if someone doesn't get the airdrop I'm talking about. It is super cool. I won't even like pause. Are we allowed to like hint? Is Paul still here? Oh, she's not. I don't. I don't think I can say anything yet.
Don't say it, kid.
I won't.
Say it.
But like, it's really freaking cool. Like, I don't know. I'm really excited. Like,
Gas is super low. I mean, it's been like ridiculously low, incredibly low.
yeah, you can update a tile for like $20 right now, and that means you're literally sending that data to like 108 countries to several thousand servers, and it's there for the rest of like humanity, unless every single Ethereum node is blown up. Like that is very cheap to do that. It's I don't know. I would like I would imagine it would be I mean I don't know if there will be a like it's kind of up to like how everyone feel like I don't know if there will be a secondary market or not for the airdrop. That depends on how people value things. If it were me, I think that I want one bad enough that I would probably like I think it will be worth more than the price of gas is what I'm saying. So like just saying if you haven't updated your tile, you should. And if you have multiple tiles, we are going to have most likely multiple drops. Like say you have one wallet, you would get one of these things that's a set of things. If you have like 10, if there are 6 pieces to this set, then you would get 6 pieces of the set. If you have like 100, you're still going to get 6 pieces. But what I'm saying is, if you have several tiles, it's still going to benefit you to set images on them. Plus, I think one of the things that we've all seen is that tiles with images generally go for more. Even if it's just like 0.1 or 0.2 more, that's more than $20. Like, it's very worth it. And the other part of that too is when people see PixelMap, they don't realize that the red tiles have been sold. And a lot of them think, oh, it hasn't minted out or it hasn't sold out. And the closer we get to that being filled up, the more it brings in interest. And it just looks cooler. So I'm kind of preaching to the choir because like I'm looking at everyone that's in this chat and it's like, oh, these are all the people that have already like Tile was literally probably like the first person to do like a nice little customized layout. So but yeah, I'll tweet about that as well. And also I want to say thank you again to everyone here. This is like the group that's done so much on, well, like Adam, obviously you've done more than all of this, but like on Twitter, on just conversations, Discord, like helping spread the word. That's something that it's very hard for me to do as a creator because I feel like I'm a very anti like spammy person. So it's not good as like a marketing or like sale. Like I don't like to like, you know what I mean? I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. But like when everyone is helping spread the word, it definitely helps build PixelMap and build awareness. But yeah, I will stop rambling, and I will also get the code that I just broke fixed so that the PixelMap game thing works. Once I get that up, I'll share it. You can sign up with like literally any username and password because I'm going to be resetting it and using MetaMask shortly. But I'll share more updates. And yeah, Adam, definitely let me know on the Miami thing. That would be wonderful. And yeah,
I've already reached out, and Tiberius Max, who's kind of like the organizer, he just needs to, because we had a bunch of people in like this like mid ground where they said yes, but they hadn't like booked the yes yet.
Oh yes, yes.
So, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like but I told him let's squeeze you in. So either today or tomorrow we'll have 100%.
Perfect.
Sure on
the NFT NYC thing, that like hopefully this year it won't be like last year's, like we don't know where you're speaking or what day, but we will tell you like 2 hours before it happens. Like be I'm only exaggerating like a tiny bit.
Be better this year. My hopes are not better.
No, I don't think it will be. Like I didn't know what building, what anything. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, am I going to be on a panel? Am I like giving a talk in front of everybody? What's going to happen here, right? It's like a little nerve-wracking, I'm sure.
Yeah, my thing said 10 minutes, and then on the site it said an hour, and I was freaking out. I was like, I've never talked about anything in my life for an hour.
There's no way I could possibly
Yeah.
do an hour.
Yeah, like I'll be asking people like what their favorite color is like 30 minutes in. So yeah, hopefully that goes better this year. But yeah, thank you everyone for hopping on. And I'll send out the note. And yeah, let me know in the Discord what your thoughts are on some of the questions. So thank you everyone.
Thanks, guys.